He's kept his money from his birthdays and Christmas in an envelope under his bed, and he's got $350, and he's sick of it sitting under his bed in an envelope. So he walks over to PNC, and he's going to go put $350 in. So how much is he starting with? How much is he depositing each month? So he's starting with $350, depositing $150. You know, then go ahead and write your equation. Hey, listen, if you can go right to the equation with the different variables, go for it. I kind of feel like you need to work your way to that, though. Because you don't even know, I do know that I'm going to use M for month. And you know what? You know that it's going to be money, but do you maybe want to use B for balance or whatever you feel like you want to do? C for, not for cost, because it doesn't cost you. So I know you're good with y equals 150x plus 350. I know you're there. My goal is to move you a little further. So to do that, let's kind of go over here and do the table with the 3 points that I know you're pretty comfortable with. 1 second, Dylan. If you listen to what I said about the independent variable being your x, which is always time, what unit of time are we talking about? We're going to use M for month. And if you can't make it look too much like a 6, maybe we'll use a capital B. B for balance. Good? Dylan.
Should it be negative $150 because you deposit $150 a month?
That's a great question, and I want to talk about this. And we just talked about this with our 7th graders, and they're just learning integers. Whenever you're talking about accounts, because I asked a kid, why did they think it would be negative? And they said, because you have $150 less in your pocket. Well, your balance isn't in your pocket. Whenever we refer to a balance, it's what is your bank balance. So what happened to your bank account? It went up. I know it. So whenever you hear balance, it's always where are you putting it, not where are you taking it from. Thank you for asking that. So while he's sitting in the parking lot of PNC on month 0, how much does he put in? He has $350 to put in. After 1 month of savings, assuming he doesn't take any out, how much will he have? What will his balance be? Then after the end of the 2nd month, he'll have, so there's your 3 points, right? So then we know that our x comma y is the same as months comma balance, right? Because now I got to write that other kooky equation. So my x is really months, my y is really balance. So instead of y and x, it's b equals 150 a month plus what I started with. Yes? Follow me? My balance will equal 150 times however many months I save for plus what I put in to start. It should just make sense. Okay, so now check this out. I'm asking you 2 questions. How many months? How much will he have? So we are now on to double duty. I'm asking you both because before, remember when I said I gave you one, find the other? You got to find them both. So let's answer A first. How many months will it take him if he is saving for an item that costs $2,000? Are you going to keep extending this table till this says 2,000? Are you going to keep adding 150? No, you use your equation. That's why we set it up. So now I just got to figure out, where does 2,000 go? And for the B or the M? Yes. The B, because it's your balance. So look how easy now. I know where to put that 2,000. Equals, sorry. And once you have it set up, you can fly through 2-step equations. Okay. It's going to take him 11 months. But I'm not done. because I want to wrap it all up, because eventually somebody's going to ask me to graph this, and I'm going to need ordered pairs to graph it. So that's why I go back up and look right here. Oh, because the first coordinate is the months, and the second is the balance. So if I save for 11 months, I'll have $2,000. Do you see what that ordered pair means? Okay. Now read question B. Not, here's how much money he wants, how long will it take him? Here's, he saved for this long, how much money does he have? Do you see other opposite questions? He saves for a full year. So be careful, because I kind of put this in here to trick you. Full year, what does that mean? What number do I use? 12. Yep. Okay. And where do I put it? Obviously in for the M, right? So the balance will equal 150 times the number of months that I'm saving for plus what I started with when I signed up. Yes? Okay. So this is going to be, my balance will equal 1,800 plus 350. My balance will be, what, 2,150. And I know somebody said, well, if 11 months gets you 2,000, can't you just add 150 to that? Do you see why that? And the answer, yeah, that would be great. But I may not have asked you that question. You know what I mean? I may only have asked you this one. So you may not have that as a point of reference. So finish it up. What is your ordered pair? After 12 months, your balance will be 2,150. Okay, one more, and then you're on your own. Yeah.
Like how we're switching from like the x and y to the other variable.
Mm-hmm.
Is there ever going to be a case scenario where like, because you have by 150 of m, so like because it's mx plus b, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. For mx, well, technically that is the m if you're looking at your equation form. So then that would just be, yeah. So I would ignore that. That's just a coincidence. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at number 4. Good thinking though. It can be kind of tricky. We're almost done. Hang in there, because you see a per month and a per text. So when you go, they both probably look like rate of changes to you, right? But which one do you think is your real rate of change that were the most, yeah, per text? Because let's say the whole problem takes place in 1 month. Do you know what I mean? I'm never going to ask you how many in 3 months and 5 months. Everything takes place in 1 month. So I'm starting out by paying $30. But this is my rate of change, right? Every time you send a text, whoop, 15 cents. Whoop. Some of you would be broke if they charged you 15 cents a text, right? That was the good old days. When I was in 10th grade, when they just, like, the internet was just starting to come up and, like, instant messages and you could talk to people and stuff. And I remember, like, we had to pay, first of all, there was a dial-up. Like, you had to dial in and connect. And for every, like, hour you were on the internet, I didn't know this because I would just get on the computer after my parents went to bed with my friends and it would charge by the hour. Like, every hour that you were on, and it was, like, a ridiculous amount. So I was like, oh, it was hundreds of dollars. So now obviously everything's included. So 15 cents per text is nothing, but there was a day where you were charged for every text that you sent. Okay, I know, gasp. You would be like, not be able to send any. So here's the cell phone plan. The starting fee is $30. You owe Sprint or T-Mobile or whatever $30 even if you send 0 texts, right? Because that's the fee that they charge you every month just to hook you up to the towers and make sure your phone works and all that stuff. For every text you send, you owe them an additional 15 cents. Okay, this one's a little tricky because we're talking about money and texts. There is no time, is there? Okay, so first of all, you know this, right? Y equals 0.15 x plus 30. Hopefully that's the equation you had, right? So now, when I'm doing this, I don't have my fallback of, ooh, time is always the x. So if this is 0 and this is 30, what do you think your x represents now, if not time? If 0 cost you, I just gave it to you, 30, then this is the number of texts that you send, and this is your cost. Want a huge hint? Usually, x is always your time. If you're dealing with money or cost, it's almost always your dependent. Because doesn't your cost depend on things? Like if you go to American Eagle, how much you owe them, doesn't that depend on what you buy? So that's what your y is. Okay, so now, this table is going to be kind of annoying, because the minute I send one text, my bill just went up to $30.15. The minute I send my second text, my bill is $30.30, and so on. So there's your 3 points. Right, yeah.
I don't know if it would like affect it, but does that count also receiving text?
Yeah, I think it does. I think a send or a receive text does count, yes. So now let's write our fancy new equation, except we're going to use C for cost and T for text. So where does the C and the T go? Because let me tell you what, if you put them in the wrong spot, you're not going to get the right answer because you're going to plug it in the wrong spot. So is it C equals 0.15T or T equals 0.15C? Which one? Which one makes more sense? Yeah. The top one. Because your cost is equal to, listen, like even as I say it, it's common sense. Your cost is equal to 15 cents per text plus your starting fee. So it's not that. And I had people first hour put them in the wrong spot, which means it was wrong. So the next question is, if your bill is $105, that must mean you sent how many texts? Or you sent $9.50. How much is your bill? Do you see how I'm asking you both? Let's finish this off. So 150 is your C or your T? Cost. So I know to put it there, right? So I have 105 equal to this. So of that 105, don't forget that 30 of it was your service fee. And then divide that by 15 cents, and you'll find out that you sent 500 T texts. So, what was my X? The number of texts. And what was my Y? The cost. Or you could put $sign. So T comma C. For 500 texts, it costs $105. Don't mix those up. Okay? Text, comma, cost. So you go ahead and figure out B. And where does $9.50 go? That's how many texts you sent. Okay, so if I send 950 texts, my bill will be $172.50. Got it?